On the outer lip of the Milky Way galaxy lies a tiny cluster of stars that conceal the Vasteel solar system. This system is comprised of 15 planets with incredibly diverse climates. On Belos, the seventh planet, intelligent life exists. A century ago, however, Belos became seriously short of natural resources. While exploration teams were sent out, the Emperor started an experimental nuclear fission program that provided the planet with power, but also generated tons of deadly waste. This waste was exported to some of the neighboring planets that were deemed worthless, but it destabilized them and threatened the Vasteel system's very existence. Meanwhile, the interplanetary mining colonies demanded a share of the profits that were being generated. Rodriguez-Faricia, the 48th Emperor of Belos, attempted to stabilize his kingdom, but his political agenda was much too conservative to achieve any lasting benefit to the people. Regardless, his reign was cut short.
Sir, we're under attack. Terrorists are inside the royal palace.
Your Majesty, you're in danger here. Let's go!
Your Majesty, are you in any pain, sir?
No, I'm just so weak. Are Vasteel and Stefan here?
Yes, they've been waiting outside for hours.
Tell them to come in.
Shania, how is our father?
He just regained consciousness. He requested to see both of you.
Let's go.
Not yet. Remember, he's in extremely critical condition. Please try not to upset him. He has a tough 12 hours ahead of him. He may not make it. You mustn't speak with him too long.
Father!
My sons, thank you for coming. I know that I'm dying. There are some things I must say.
Father, you'll pull through. You'll be out of here in no time.
But alas, Vasteel, I know my physical condition. I am mortally wounded. My life is ending, and I have failed to make the radical changes necessary to better our society. My sons, I'm an old man with old ideas that can't better our world. I know this. You must work together. If you work together, anything is possible. You've learned the custom of choosing the emperors of Belos from the Faricia family. I must choose one of you as the next emperor. I wish I could appoint you both, but I cannot. As you know, the law states that there shall be only one emperor ruling Belos. What's worse, the reign of the 49th emperor will be difficult. There are forces trying to tear our planet apart from within. They are strong, and our people are unhappy. These problems must be solved by the emperor I choose. So now, I must decide our planet's fate. The next emperor shall be...
Father! Please, go now. Your father must have complete quiet.
Shania, please take care of him.
Despite the efforts of the Royal Medical Team, Rodriguez-Faricia died. Vasteel, the eldest of his two sons, was chosen to be the 49th Emperor of Belos. Like his father, Vasteel-Faricia proved to be a conservative ruler. 1 year passed with no major changes for the better in Belosian society. Vasteel's brother, Stefan, grew dissatisfied with the lack of progress on the part of his brother. It was Stefan's idealistic belief that Vasteel should create more drastic social reforms. Even if they were painful for the short term, the long-term benefits would be worth the sacrifice. Daily, Stefan grew more disgruntled, until one fateful day.
What could my brother Vasteel be thinking? Does he really believe these policies will work?
But sir, he is merely continuing the same policies your father originally implemented.
I don't think Vasteel has a clue. What an idiot. He's just like father.
Okay, sir.
Master Stefan, there's a man named Buster asking to meet with you. What shall I do with him?
Buster the industrialist? What could that crooked swine want? Just send him away.
Sir, he insists that he brings good news for you.
Okay, he's got 2 minutes. Send him in.
Yes, sir.
The matter we are about to discuss is very sensitive. If you would, please clear the room.
Soldiers, leave us.
Yes, sir.
Now then, what do you want?
Ah, just the way I like to deal. Direct and to the point. It's been heard around that you are growing more and more dissatisfied with the Emperor's policy.
That's completely absurd. I am not against my brother's policies. He has my respect and support.
I have not come this far to hear your official stand on this matter, Stefan. I know you are dissatisfied with your brother's policies, so admit it.
You're nuts.
But Stefan, you know as well as I that you are dissatisfied with your brother's slow policies. It infuriates you that your brother won't listen to your suggestions. I believe that you have a great political talent, but it's being wasted in your brother's shadow. You must take the reins of this government before it falls into anarchy. You alone can do this, but you must act quickly.
This is madness.
No, this is not madness. It is a vision of the future, a great future. Working together, we can realize it.
What? What do you mean? Tell me.
Ah, Stefan, it seems I have your full attention now. Working together, we can carry out a successful coup.
A coup? Impossible.
Oh, but it isn't. Listen, Stefan, if you give me your permission, I can round up enough soldiers to form an army. In fact, I have enough manufacturing capacity to make high-quality ATACs for you around the clock. If we can come to an agreement, I can collect the necessary resources to fuel your uprising in no time at all.
But Valeel's army is very strong.
But if this rule continues, Belos will decline into anarchy anyway. Besides, Stefan, you know as well as I that the people are thirsting for real change, and you're it.
That's true. But what's in this for you?
If your revolt succeeds, I want it guaranteed that your government will buy all the necessary materials and equipment from me to develop the surrounding planets.
That's all?
Simple as that.
If I gain control, each planet will govern their own mining rights. Understand?
That's no problem. I'll approach them at that time.
Okay then. I guess we're partners. But just to be clear, I'm doing this for the people of Vasteel. Not just to make you rich.
Perfectly clear.
8 months later, Stefan, Buster, and their core group of supporters set out for Jaroa, the 8th planet. Stefan's team landed in the most populous area of the planet and set about making preparations for the formal announcement of the revolution. On the 8th day of Alar, Stefan broadcast a declaration of war to all of the inhabited planets of Vasteel, inviting the people to join forces against Valeel's government. The movement met with initial success, gathering the support of 70% of the people. Without resistance, the Revolutionary Army captured the 4 neighboring planets. However, Vasteel had positioned troops loyal to him on Noma, marking the beginning of what would soon become a historic battle for power.
Stefan, your first campaign is about to begin.
Yes. Now that I've started this, I must win this war at any cost. I can't afford to let down all the people supporting this effort.
Master Stefan, His Majesty Vasteel is requesting visual contact. Shall I put him through?
Will that dog surrender without a fight? Cadet, put him on. Hello, Your Majesty. A fine day for a battle, don't you think?
Do you realize how serious this is?
But do you realize how serious we are? Our effort to overthrow you is supported by the majority of the people of Vasteel.
Brother, Nothing you can say will stop me from fighting for the rights of the people of Vasteel. I am willing to risk everything for them.
But your army is a bad joke. We will crush you into dust. You can't win. Stefan, once the battle begins, there is no turning back. Don't start this.
So, my dear brother, your cowardice comes to light at last. You're just afraid to fight us.
That's not true.
I think it is.
All right then. That was your last chance. Your arrogance will be your downfall, brother. I'll see you on the battlefield.
Arrogance? Ha! At least I'm not crippled by my ego. I'll show him.
Listen, Kadar. We must take Noma at any cost. It will be a stepping stone to Belos, and it will boost our army's morale. Kadar, this is extremely important.
Right now, sir, our forces are well equipped to do just that.
All right then. Let's do it!
Kadar, our struggle has just begun. What are the options for our next move?
We have two options. We can route through Huma, the 14th planet, or make a path directly to Versailles, the 4th planet. And sir, Huma is very attractive. If we capture Huma, we can reduce our weapons costs by a third. The planet is rich in natural resources. But the environment is very harsh. It could work against us.
Against us?
Yes. Commander, you should know that Huma is an extremely cold planet with over 92% of its surface covered by ice. Under those conditions, the power of the average ATAC can be reduced by up to half. For this reason, we need to modify some of the ATACs for cold if we fight there.
So, have the enemy forces developed a modified weapons division?
It appears so. They have modified their ATACs for the cold. At best, I can say our Arctic ATACs will function in cold, but I don't know how they'll hold up.
Okay, Kadar. Now, how about Versailles?
That move poses only a small risk. Commander, Versailles is all desert. Temperatures there can reach up to 127 degrees. Our desert ATACs have returned from Kingola. They've been specially modified to handle the extreme heat. On Kingola, their performance was excellent. Sir, I know we'll be a good match for the enemy there.
So, our scientists on Kingola have been working hard. We'll surprise the enemy. They don't have any idea how far we've come.
So, Stefan, what's our next move?
Kadar, the choice is clear. Set a course for Versailles.
The ATACs are working perfectly, as planned.
Excellent. Their desert tests on Kingola were right on target. The enemy's on the run. Crush them! The conditions here are far worse than we had imagined.
Yes, and this location is somewhere near the planet's equator. It is assuredly worse in the polar regions.
This sucks. Kadar, will our equipment hold up in these adverse conditions?
The power of the average ATAC has been reduced by half. So, we should concentrate on using only those weapons designed for this abuse.
I pray that our soldiers fight well. Kadar, I want them refreshed by morning. Double their sea rations tonight.
Now that the odds are running in our favor, we can decide which course to take next. We can't afford careless mistakes. What are the options, Kadar?
Sir, we have two immediate goals. The conquest of the no-born asteroid belt and the capture of Elida, the 5th planet. Unfortunately, the enemy defenses are substantially stronger ahead.
Brief me on the conditions at both targets.
Yes, sir. The no-born asteroid belt is rich in precious mineral resources. If we successfully secure this area, we can reduce our weapons production costs a great deal. However, the battle there is sure to be fierce as the enemy forces are concentrated. The enemy's defense system is divided into two forces on No-born. Also, we've received intelligence reports that the vanguard troops of Versailles and No-born are merging in that sector.
Very interesting. What about Elida?
The planet's surface on Elida is 90% water. Its strategic value is only as a transport refueling station. The enemy's defense forces there are smaller than Noborn's, but not to be taken lightly. But there is something else. It's the Largons.
What are they?
Largons thrive on Elita. They're monsters.
Come to think of it, I've read about them in books. In the early days of exploration, scout ships landed in the swamps of Elita. Many were attacked by the Largons and lost forever. However, that was long ago. With our current military technology, they should pose no problem.
Well, our troops should be on guard, just in case.
Anything else?
Yes. Our enemy's vanguard troops are awaiting orders on Elita. Sir, we should have no problem. They're weak.
But remember, we can never underestimate the enemy.
Well then, sir. Where to next?
Kadar, I've got it. We need a transit base. Set course for Elita. The enemy defenses are weak here. They must think it's a worthless area.
Well, that just means we'll have no trouble winning here.
Great. Send out the troops now. Good God! What's that? The scout ships wouldn't stand a chance. It's too strong, too big.
Even our attacks would suffer considerable damage, sir.
But overall, the enemy's attack power has been beaten down. We can't let them scare us with new hardware. We can't be fooled. This planet is small, but very dangerous. We can't underestimate the enemy.
Our biggest potential foe here is the Largons.
Warn the troops. Proceed with caution. We must break through this barrier if we are to secure the No-Born Belt.
That is correct. Unfortunately, right now our troops are totally exhausted. It doesn't appear they can take No-Born.
What? Then double all rations. Call in all available reinforcements. No-Born will be mine. We are the champions, my friend. No-Born is ours. Khalil's troops don't stand a chance.
Our army's strength is currently high enough to capture No-Born.
Okay, then let's get the troops moving. We're almost there. Kadar, you're a genius. No-Born will be ours. The enemy doesn't stand a chance in hell.
Sir, this battle will strengthen our overall position.
Okay, send out our forces. We're strong now. Those pigs won't know what hit them. After we conquer Janarl, all that's left is Belos. Our goal's finally within reach. Vasteel must be sweating bullets. I just hope we're strong enough.
Well, sir, I can say this. The battle will be very tough. The enemy's quite strong here. Stefan, Janarl is a supply line link. It serves as a transport stop between No-Born and Belos. It's well defended.
So, Kadar, can we win this?
Possibly.
If there's a chance, we have to try. Prepare the attack forces. We've broken through their defenses. What does intelligence report?
On Janarl, the terrain favors our equipment. According to the latest projection, this should be easy.
Yes, but there are rumors. A sighting of the new enemy ATAC here has me worried. We should warn the troops about it. We are so close to taking Janarl. I can taste victory. Belos will be mine.
We should stay focused on Janarl. The odds are against us here.
Nonsense, Kadar. That's what Vasteel said at the beginning, and he was wrong. As long as we hold our position here,
Belos is within reach. Fortify our command post and send out reinforcements. Our attack was not a surprise. The enemy has sent out their welcome wagon.
The troop strength is very low, sir. They don't pose a real threat.
That's a relief. Kadar, send out an attack force. No! We will not retreat! Attack the enemy again! If we can take the enemy base, this long battle will finally be over.
And then, sir, we face a new challenge. The task of rebuilding Vasteel.
And alas, that task will be longer and much, much harder. But first, we must concentrate on winning this. Increase our frontline troops. Victory is at hand!
We've done it, Kadar. We've won the war.
Some of the enemy soldiers are still resisting, but they should surrender soon. However, we still haven't found the Emperor.
Kadar, get my ATAC.
It's still dangerous. You should stay here.
I have to settle this matter once and for all. Get my ATAC ready.
I didn't think he'd show.
I knew you'd be here, Stefan.
Ha! That's more than I can say for you.
I've come to finish this once and for all.
Do whatever your misguided sense of duty dictates. You had your chance to surrender peacefully.
I knew that I could finish you in a one-on-one battle. You never should have started this, Stefan. Think of the pain you brought to me. Think of the pain you brought to others. We could have avoided this. If we had communicated better in the past, this might not have happened.
Vasteel, my brother. It would have happened anyway.
Maybe you're right, brother. Even now, we can't agree.
Regardless, brother, it is the end. For me.
I know, brother.
Finish me, Vasteel.
I have lived for this moment since this war began. But now that it's here, I wish I were not.
Please, Vasteel, do it!
Goodbye. Here come Stefan's troops, and my end. At the conclusion of the war, the imperial system was abolished in favor of a society ruled by the will of the people. Although this was closer to the ideals of the Revolutionary Army and the people that they represented, war was never far from Belos, and 70 more years of unrest had to be endured before the people of Belos found the peace that the original revolutionary forces never knew.
Take this, Vasteel. Kiss your ATAC goodbye.
There was no other way, Stefan. We had to fight for our beliefs. Now we must pay. So, my brother, you realize what I already knew. We are two sides of the same coin. Our destinies are one. Neither of us will live to see what happens to Vasteel. Vasteel, my brother, I must know. If we could do it over, would we be brothers again? We could, Stefan. But that is just a fading dream. A fool's and dying man. But that is where peace begins.
At the conclusion of the war, the imperial system was abolished in favor of a society ruled by the will of the people. Although this was closer to the ideals of the Revolutionary Army and the people that they represented, war was never far from Belos, and 70 more years of unrest had to be endured before the people of Belos found the peace that the original revolutionary forces never knew.
The enemy defenses are weak here. They must think this is a worthless area.
Well, I've totally forgotten my line.
Do you want to snuggle after work?